My lighting is terrible, but I just wanted to give you guys a few tips for starter locks, and I plan to keep it short and sweet.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Tip number 1. Please, please, please do not manipulate your hair too much. You can either have neatness or healthiness. You can have both, but you cannot have both simultaneously if you're always neat. Every week I need a retwist, I need to keep it neat. Your hair is not going to be healthy with too much manipulation. Even pulling your hair up in a bun and trying to do all kind of styles, wait until your hair gets long enough to do your styles, because you're pulling your hair and that adds more tension, and you can get tension alopecia, and nobody wants that. Also, it causes thinning and your locks to fall out, and we want healthy hair. Tip number 2, I recommend an ACV wash every 6 months, ACV soak wash, whatever you want to call it, every 6 months, because buildup. We don't want a lot of buildup, and if you don't thoroughly cleanse your locks, you will have a lot of buildup, a lot of lint. It's going to start looking yucky. But do not do an ACV rinse or what am I trying to say? Do not do an ACV soak or rinse like every week, once a month, because it is incredibly drying and it will dry out your hair, and we don't want that either. So I recommend every 6 months, do that, clean out your locks. So twice a year, please thoroughly clean with the ACV rinse, but not all the time because it's drying. Tip number 3, please moisturize your hair every single day. Yes, it's locked and it still needs some TLC. Moisturize your hair. Put that water in there. Some people use leave-in conditioner. That is completely up to you, whatever works for you and your hair. But please, please, please make sure you're putting your water and oils in your hair. You don't have to put oil in your hair every single day, but at least get some water in your hair every single day. But do not, if you forget to add water to your hair one day, do not add it before bed, because you do not want to go to bed with wet locks. They will mold, they will get flat because you're laying on them. So put water in your hair at the beginning of the day, the middle of the day. Give your hair enough time to dry, but please get that moisture in there. I had to come to my bathroom because obviously it's better lighting. But my next tip is, please do not put a lot of product in your hair. You will get buildup, your locks will thin, they will look nasty and oily and just really, really yucky. So please try not to put a lot of product in your hair. Don't be a product junkie. Your locks will grow, they will lock up, leave them alone. Just moisturize them. I feel like I've already mentioned this, but I'm going to say it again. Do not retwist your hair so often. You do not need a retwist once a week or every 2 weeks. Leave your hair alone. Tension. And tension leads to breakage. Duh. Make sure you are oiling your scalp. Your scalp needs oil, and this is one of the things that I need to do myself, because I don't always oil my scalp all the time, and I get a lot of dandruff. You don't want to be like me. You don't want a lot of dandruff, but I actually have a dandruff problem in the front of my head, so I have to make sure I keep my head moisturized so my scalp doesn't dry, and I'd be walking around looking flaky. You don't want to walk around looking flaky, so oil your scalp. On top of being flaky, we don't want to walk around looking linty either. So make sure you're wrapping your hair at night, get a satin bonnet, and for me, I have a satin pillowcase. I actually have 2 of them. I'm going to show you one right now. So this is one of my satin pillowcases. Get yourself one of these, because I'm also bad at putting my bonnet on at night, wrapping my hair, and sometimes I lose my bonnet. So if you're like me, get you some satin pillowcases. My other one is gold, so I have 2 of them. This is because your hair collects lint. Doesn't matter where you are, it'll collect lint from your sheets, your covers, your pillowcases, your clothes, anything. So to minimize that lint buildup, we want satin pillowcases. And I'm going to leave you with this. Your hair will frizz Everyone's hair frizzes. The frizz stage is a very long stage. I'm still frizzy. Leave your hair alone. Embrace it. There is no such thing as an ugly stage. There's no such thing as ugly locks. Leave your hair alone. Embrace it. It's beautiful. I love the frizz. It's beautiful. So embrace it. Another thing, your hair does not need to be neat in order to be beautiful. Your hair is beautiful without retwisting it all the time. It does not have to be neat. Me personally, I don't use combs. A lot of people, they'll use rat tail combs to keep their parts intact. Like I said, I'm obsessed with healthiness. I don't really care about the neatness. My parts are my parts. They get a little bit messed up, they're fine. You can still see my pattern. You can still see my pattern. So we're good. Like, you'll be fine. Leave your parts alone. Leave the combs alone. If you choose to use a rat tail comb and break your hair and all that good stuff, I feel like it leads to thinning over time. But a lot of people do it. I personally don't, because I learned that the Rastafarians do not use combs in their hair. Not that I'm a Rastafarian, but they have healthy, beautiful, thick, long locks, and I wanted locks like that, so I don't use combs. It's beautiful regardless. Like, look at this. I feel like I have like a little layers going on here, like the top layer is shorter than it's longer. But anyways, your hair will be beautiful. Leave it alone. Embrace all the stages, all the frizz. Don't manipulate too much, and follow my tips, and you will have healthy, long locks in, I don't want to say no time, but it'll come with time. Your hair will grow, it'll mature, it will lock up. Peace, love, and blessings, and